Hey guys! So, after many years of being told to start a YouTube channel, I'm giving it a go. Seems like a lot of work, and I don't have a lot of time. A little bit about me. My name's Jessica. I am finishing up my last year of medical school, and I'm going to be a general surgeon very shortly. But outside of my life and medicine, I love makeup. So that's my other passion. I'm in my, you know, really fashionable garb. Have a day off, so here we go. Join me. We shall see how this goes, and we'll go from there. Everybody starts out, and their first video that they ever did was, total shit, basically. And so, let's just go with that trend. I don't know. We'll see. I just grabbed all my shit. It's like a glossy box. One of the boxes that I actually liked, like the look of the box. I keep that on my vanity, and that's like my most used or like every single day products. I try and switch them out every once in a while. Okay, let's get started. So I've got this tiny little Smashbox photo finish primerizer. I'm not really a primer type of person. I've never really found that it does a lot. I actually find a lot of times it'll it like makes my makeup stick weirdly and kind of like makes it sit on the skin, and then it like throughout the day it like will just kind of like patch off. So primed. I always do my eyes first. It's just I'm really messy, and it always ends up a mess. Also, my skin is pretty oily. It's combo oily, very acne prone. I don't know if you can see, I've got like a lot of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Anyway, what I'm saying about that is I normally do my face like the very last thing so that my makeup, so it basically doesn't have extra time to sit on my face and start getting oily before I have to leave for the day. That's the thing that I really want to focus on, want my face to look nice throughout the day. So I have Painterly Paint Pot. I have had this guy for 2 years almost. Bought it in May of 2 years ago. I know it's probably one of those where you're like supposed to use it within a year. I don't care. I literally use it every single day. Because it's almost exactly my skin tone, and it just really covers my really veiny eyelids. So I won't probably repurchase it, at least for a while, because I like to go through products a little faster. I don't like to have something for 2 years. So, but this is the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air Color Icon palette. I really enjoy this palette. So I'm going to, ooh, this is hard. This is hard. Okay. So that was a transition shade. I know you guys probably can't see this because I'm so far away. I'm like weirdly winded. I think just anxiety of doing this and talking and kind of feeling awkward, getting out of breath. Oh, the brush I used was the Morphe E23. It's a little more dense than I like. I also have a Sigma E40. I guess I'll go use that to really blend the edges. And this is really just something, I mean, yes, I have to get up very early in the morning. Recently on rotations, I've not had to be there super early, but in surgery, you've got to like at 5 a.m. every day. So this doesn't normally happen during the week if I'm on surgery. I always do face makeup. I always do brows and mascara, or else I'll just look dead. But eyeshadow kind of is the first thing to go when I'm on surgery. So I'm gonna go into this guy. I love this shade. I love this like puke baby shit. I love it. But when I'm on rotations now, like I'm doing just random rotations to finish out the year. You know, if I don't have to be there till 7 or 8 or something, I will do eyeshadow. And this is just kind of what I do on the daily. This is a Morphe M513. I just was first starting to just really get into makeup. I mean, okay, let's be honest. I've been into makeup since I was very, very little. I think the first time my mom put eyeshadow on me for a Halloween costume, I was like, yes, this is where I belong. And my mom always did her makeup. I would sit and watch her, and I loved how she did her makeup. So I've just always been fascinated with it. And I think I first started really wearing makeup. Like she let me wear makeup to school. I could wear eyeshadow, but not eyeliner. Because eyeliner, I guess, meant you were a whore. I don't know. So I had this pastel purple shimmer, like it was the most god awful color, and I would wear it all over the lid and then all the way up to my eyebrow because like highlight, you know. I knew that like you're supposed to highlight and stuff, but I'd wear it all the way up. And I don't understand how nobody said anything. I don't understand how my mother allowed me to go out like that, especially when she was like, eyeliner's the devil. You can't wear eyeliner. I looked ridiculous. I have pictures of like, I'm embarrassed that that's what I had on my face. But so I've always loved makeup. And then my aunt, her eyebrows are amazing. She actually like sat down when I was in 7th grade, I think, and did my makeup. And it was like this forest green. She used like a lot of Clinique products she still uses. And I was obsessed. And I went out and I purchased the Clinique eyeshadow base. And I used that for a long time. And then it was like a CoverGirl taupe color eyeshadow that I would use all over my eye. And then like a forest green eyeliner. And I did my makeup like that for a very long time. So we're going to go in this guy. I love these red, orangey colors. I wish I could wear them better. I'm just using that like along the outer corner. I have a friend who is Indian, and she really doesn't like orangey reds, but she has me do her makeup for events and stuff. And I always do an orangey red. It just looks the most beautiful. Like it complements her skin tone. I'm jealous that she can wear them and I can't. So I put them on her, and then she's always like, "Oh my gosh, I really like that." I'm like, "Yeah, because you should be wearing orange like every day." Red pigments sometimes bother people's eyes. I do notice that this one doesn't normally, but that redder pigments really can make my eyes water. Anyway, but yeah, this is something I wear like quite often. This look. People always tap off their eyeshadow. Like, I really don't like doing that. I don't like the tapping. I blow on it. I don't know if find that one that's just what I do, and I don't know, works best. So this eye always looks better. Like it just takes makeup better. And this one I always have to blend out the stupid edge. And then I'm going in with the dark shade. And I'm just going to kind of go along the outside as well. Almost like along the lash line. Because I don't have an eyeliner with me. And I've also just not been using eyeliner for a while. Like, I just kind of do this and I feel like I keep going into a million stories and then like not finishing them or something. I don't know if I have finished them, but basically it's just the gist of I love makeup. I've loved makeup since I can remember. I've had terrible, terrible makeup. And then I really started getting into makeup, like watching YouTube for my wedding, which was in 2012. I just really wanted my makeup to look nice, and I was going to do it. I wasn't going to pay somebody to do it. So I started watching Pixie Woo, fell in love with them. And that's when I really started working on like foundation, like getting foundation to look nice and stay on my skin, because before that, I have gone through a million things and it just never stays because I'm just like, oh, I'm oily. There's nothing that'll stay. And then I was like, wait, actually, maybe it will. It's a Body Shop eyeshadow blender brush. Go into this one. I keep a lot of different like shader brushes just because I'm lazy and don't like cleaning them, don't have a lot of time to clean them. So I'm just kind of going over this area to kind of brighten up the lid. I try and keep things pretty professional. Like some people say this is a lot of makeup. I wear a lot more makeup than anybody that I'm around, really. But, you know, in the beauty community, it's obviously not a lot of makeup. But when you're seeing patients every day and when you're in the OR and stuff, you know, it takes a lot of time. I mean, some people might look at it and be like, oh my gosh, she has a lot of makeup. I'm going to go back in with that taupe shade on that Morphe M513. And just kind of go over this again. So yeah, what I was saying is, I mean, I'm trying to keep it semi-professional. You know, I can't wear the bright purple. I mean, I guess I could. Too Faced Better Than Sex. Who doesn't wear this mascara? I don't know. Let you look right up my nose. I also have really hooded lids. We'll just be honest, I'm about to turn 29. And so my hooded lids have gotten a bit more hooded in the past couple years. So kind of look up so that I am not getting it just directly onto my lids. I'm also pretty messy about makeup. Like, I definitely always get the line of mascara. If I'm not wearing eyeliner, I get the line of like mascara that's transferred onto the lid. And like a lot of times I just leave it because I don't care that much. Like, it kind of gives its own like eyeliner effect, which is really kind of funny because whenever I see that has happened on somebody else, I'm just like, oh my God, like, what? You've got eyeliner all over your eye. But then I do it myself. So, I don't know. It's like fine on me. It bothers me on other people. I guess because I do it and I know it's there. And I feel like when other people do it, they don't know that it's there. Like they don't know that they did that. So, I don't know. It bothers me on other people. So, got Anastasia brow definer in soft brown. This one's like broken. So, like, it like, I don't know, the thing, it moves like really easily. It's like this part up here is broken. And so it Um, it like twists up and down, like it just moves super easily. It's a little frustrating because I'll be doing my brows and then like the thing turns and I'm like, oh, okay, just got that on my, forehead. But it's like I'm doing it and it starts like rolling down. I don't know. It's really frustrating. Everybody always skips through brows on YouTube, I feel like, unless they're talking. But like a lot of people will be like, I'm going to do my brows and then I'll be back. And I'm just like, why don't you do your brows on camera? Because I want to see what the hell you're doing. But maybe that's just me. I used to use the taupe shade of this. And then I don't know if I accidentally got the wrong one or maybe I was like, oh, I'll try this one. That's a nice line. So I started using a soft brown. And I go back and forth. I'm not loyal to anything. Oh, we're getting like in the middle of our face here. What's happening? Okay. I just don't trust this eyeliner. It is screwed me before, and please stay turned the right way. It's just this one. I've never had this problem before. It's like it's something's broken in the mechanism. But so like I never realized that I had short eyebrows, but my tail stops like here until one day I was at my parents' house having dinner and my mom said, "Why do you pluck your eyebrows out here?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, they're like short. Like, why do you pluck there?" And I'm like, "I don't." And so ever since I've been like completely self-conscious of them of like, "Oh, I didn't know they were short. I guess they are short. They're supposed to like whatever go whatever that is." Um, but I was like, "You're right," which hers are the exact same, but I guess she thought I plucked them and I don't. When moms like say something and you're just like then self-conscious about it for, the rest of your life because they're your mom and that's always great. Like my best friend, she does not wear orange. She like refuses to because her mom is like, "Ew, orange. You look awful in orange." I have a very expressive face. I and I don't hide it very well. And I've been told in the past, that it'll get me in trouble. And it does get me in trouble because I just, if I see something, I'm like, I just don't hide it super well. But throughout the day, I'm constantly like, so I've acquired these wonderful lines. But this is my huge problem area. And then I've also got like this line right here, these two, but that one in particular just pisses me off because my foundation just sits right in it. And as soon as I like put my foundation on, as soon as I do anything, it's like line. But the big problem is not even the bags. I don't even care about the bags. It's the freaking little lines and that like underneath is so dry. My skin is oily, but underneath here is so dry, and I have literally never found a concealer that doesn't crease. I buy concealer like a madman because I'm looking for one that works, that looks nice. I guess the one I've liked the most recently is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, but I have the wrong color. It's pretty dark. My skin is also super fair, which only recently have I, not been having to buy the fairest of everything because people are expanding their shade ranges so well that at least for us fair girls, I know there's some issues still on the other side, but I've ended up, getting foundations too light, which is just unheard of for me. This NYX one, it seems to like not sit in those lines quite as bad. Like I don't look in the mirror during the day and be like, oh crap, I look like crepe face. But it's just not the right color. Foundation, we'll start. I have Urban Decay Naked Skin 0.5. It's a little dark and a little pink for me. But I love this foundation. This is like my 4th bottle that I've used over many years. I get down to the end of things, I'm like, yeah, like, let's get down. And then I've been mixing it with the L'Oreal Infallible. So I do 1 pump of L'Oreal, because it's in the shade 400, but it's too light actually. And I get that nice glow from the L'Oreal, but then I still get the matte staying power of Urban Decay. And then I have my Morphe sponge. I use my hand, pick it up from the back of my hand. Put like a lot more foundation on my cheeks than I probably need. Pet peeve is when people put foundations over their lips. It just really, really bothers me. It looks gross. It looks like you're dead. And as soon as I get foundation on my lips, I'm like, ah! It just feels like we've got some on there, and it just, it makes me crazy. So yeah, I always bitch about, my lines, but then I'm also like, I don't like wearing primer. Everybody says, use like the blurring primers or the smoothing primers. Well, most of those have silicone in them. I'm not against having silicone on my face. It has never worked for me. My skin is oily enough that it makes my foundation like slide off. So my foundation doesn't last as long. Does it look really pretty when it goes over it? Yeah, but it doesn't last as long. And my big thing is lasting power. Like I said, I'm getting ready to be a surgeon. So I've spent the last couple years in the OR as much as possible. And the big problem with the OR is, one, for makeup at least, you've got stuff on your face. So you have a mask on, and you also have goggles on or like eye protection. So your mask needs to be tight so that you don't fog up your glasses. So, and then you're in the OR for hours sometimes. So my whole thing, like trying to find makeup that I take that mask off and it's not like, oh my God, it just took off. And a lot of times a mask will take off your makeup. Or like, you're in the OR for so many hours and you have no idea what your skin looks like. And then you have to immediately, go see patients or do something. So it's like, I don't have time to check my face. So I want to make sure it looks okay. And I always find myself taking off my mask and then being like, oh, just trying to smooth out things, even though I don't know how they look. You spend a lot of time looking down. So like had my mascara transfer, which is really annoying. These are like total stupid problems, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to bring something new to YouTube. I think I can. I don't have time to like powder and, freshen up my makeup. Most days I put it on at 4 in the morning and then it needs to last until at least 6 p.m. And I want it to look nice and not look like complete shit at the end of the day. I don't want my mascara transferring. I don't want crepey under eyes. I don't want to be a grease ball. So, these are like wild expectations for makeup and they often are failing. They fail. I'm rarely happy with my makeup at the end of the day, but that's the goal. So I'm always looking for those goals. This is the Naked Skin Concealer in Fair Warm. My skin is very neutral. I tried this concealer multiple times. I got Fair Neutral, and then I got Light Neutral because Fair Neutral was way too light. But then I got Light Neutral, and I'm like, God, this is way too dark. Like, it's so dark. And I couldn't figure out, and like, returned them and, feeling bad and whatever. And then finally one day I try Fair Warm, and it's like, oh, yes, that's the color. Which is kind of strange, but It works. It works, however, this is not my favorite concealer. It's just kind of what I had here. I like it on my face. It works well on my face. Under my eyes, it seems to get a little dry. So I do this some days. I don't often put like contouring concealer, just because I feel like it will sometimes mess up my foundation. I'm also like very, do I set the concealer? Do I not set it? Because like if I don't set it, then I get the mascara. If I do set it, then I look like a crepe face. So it's just like a huge, every day is like, okay, this is a Sedona Lace 813. This has been my favorite powder brush. And I have MAC Light Mineralized Skin Finish, natural. And this guy's like almost gone. So I've gone through a lot of these. I have problems finding powder that I like. I meant to put concealer on these spots, but forgot. And I'll be honest, like, I don't often cover those spots unless they're really bad or there's a lot of them. It may look bad right now just because everything's so light and you can see them, but in reality, I don't think they're terrible. They don't really bother me. So butter bronzer, just got on this kick. Finally, went with the hype. This is in bronzer, the lightest one. I'm not really a bronzer person for the most part. I love blush. Blush is on my face like every day, but bronzer only makes it here sometimes. Recently more, but I don't have bangs anymore. I used to have bangs. I always go back to bangs, but I've got like this humongo forehead, so I've been using bronzer to kind of try and calm it down, make it look a little smaller. I think it definitely helps. But, so recently I've been using bronzer. Get that double chin. Yeah. Oh, that's attractive. Going to go back into this, use that bottom taupe shade for my under eyes. A lot of times I'll just do my under eye and then put on concealer. And then I get the concealer in the eyeshadow, and then I'm annoyed, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I do my concealer first? And I'm just kind of running that all under the eye. I feel like my concealer today just did not cover anything. I can like still see the blue, and looks fine. Now, if I have like an event, wedding, something, I'll, take a lot of time to do my makeup, but for the most part, I do my makeup in like 10 minutes every day. Even this, while this has thus far taken me 57 minutes. I'm taking the really dark shade in that palette and just kind of, what was I saying? Don't know. Mascara. Brow gel. I have the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This is in Soft Brownie Brows. Okay. This is the lighter one. I also have like the darker one. I don't know what it's called. I kind of go back and forth. I'll use it on days that I don't do much eye makeup, but I use this light one on days that are like, I've done a lot of eye makeup and I don't want my brows as dark. It's kind of always my last step, like after powder. So any foundation or powder that's gotten in my brows, this will kind of get rid of any of the powder. I don't understand really brow gel or people saying that their brows get, like, what are you doing during the day that your brows are getting all fucked up? I don't understand. So Wet n Wild stippling brush. It's really, like, it's not that dirty, but it really looks dirty. It's just not that dirty. I just cleaned it. Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush Hush Blush, number 18. This shit is pigmented. Like, you do this. You literally need like one, like, burp. I really like this. It came in a BoxyCharm as well. I feel like maybe I should choose items that weren't in BoxyCharms, but reminds me of like MAC Melba quite a bit actually. But this is a Crown Brush Deluxe Highlight Fan, and then Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Blossom Glow. Like, look at that. It's like blinding. So. Highlight. Here's where highlighting, where like I should conceal that because I'm like highlighting a pigmented spot. I don't do highlighter every day either. So I always do blush. I always do like powder, foundation, whatever. I don't always do concealer. And then I don't do bronzer or highlight every day. Just because time. I grabbed these. They look almost identical. So this is the MAC Lip Tensity lipstick in Doe. I bought 2 of these a long time ago because somebody raved about them. I bought Smoked Almond, and they're like almost identical. I'm just doing this on the viewfinder. So I usually will do my makeup and I'll put on some kind of lipstick. And then I come out and like I get my coffee for the day. So then my lipstick is immediately, you know, fucked up. I have a ton of lip glosses or lip colors in whatever bag I'm taking for the day. And then in my white coat, I always have some kind of lip color. And so then when I get to the hospital or when I'm done drinking my coffee, I'll put on the lip gloss over the lipstick. So yeah. Okay, well, that took a long time. I enjoyed just kind of talking and putting on my makeup and, you know, pretending like I'm getting to know a friend, kind of telling them about myself. I am hoping to keep doing this. I'm hoping that somebody will care or be interested and talk to people that have a career outside of YouTube, that, you know, have real lives, and not that YouTubers don't have real lives, but, you know, like have a full-time career outside of YouTube, but still love makeup and still love to do makeup, because that's what I think a big misconception, that you can only do one or the other, which I get, you know, I don't have a ton of time, but I'm hoping to continue doing it so that like you can see how often somebody that works 80 hours a week can actually do it, and then what they do for their daily life, you know. So yeah, I want to do this, and I kind of just want to get, I hope that I can get some followers that care to see somebody like me doing this, and that you don't have to be just a full-time YouTuber to do makeup, and kind of get just a new perspective. So I'll chat with you later. Bye.